The moment my brother Mason looked at my 7-year-old daughter and told her she didn't belong at the family lake house, I saw something change inside her. She'd been holding my hand all morning, talking about the weekend she'd imagined for weeks. She'd packed her favorite purple backpack, chosen her swimming clothes, and kept telling me she couldn't wait to sleep near the old attic window she loved. Mason stood near the fireplace with a confident smile, like he was waiting for someone to challenge him. He looked at my daughter Emma and said the lake house was only for real family members, not everyone connected through adoption. His words were calm, but the damage was immediate. Emma's hand tightened around mine. She knew she was adopted. I'd always been honest about that. I told her families are built in many ways, and love is what creates the strongest bond. Until that moment, she'd never questioned whether she was truly mine. The worst part wasn't only what Mason said, it was the silence after. My mother suddenly found her phone very interesting. My sister Claire looked at her drink. Mason's wife Olivia gave an uncomfortable smile and said technically Mason was right, since Emma wasn't related by blood. That was the moment everything became clear. For years I'd brushed off small comments to keep everyone connected. But watching my daughter stand there trying not to cry made me realize keeping peace with people who hurt her was never protecting my family. It was failing her. I told Mason there would be no family weekend. He laughed, thinking it was an empty threat. He reminded me everyone had already packed. I opened my phone and told him to watch me. My mother stepped in, said I was overreacting, that Mason was only joking. I told her. The only person not laughing was my daughter. Mason rolled his eyes, said I always created drama, suggested maybe I should leave Emma home since the lake house had traditions to respect. That almost made me smile. He was right about one thing. The lake house did have traditions. He'd just forgotten who owned it. I called the property management company, put it on speaker. The room went silent when the manager answered, greeted me by name, asked how he could help. I told him to disable all guest access codes immediately, cancel the reservation, secure the property until further notice. He confirmed it, said a new owner access code would be sent to me. My mother quietly asked why he'd called me the owner. I told the truth. The lake house belonged to me. Mason laughed, said that was impossible. Our grandfather left it to the whole family. I remembered the last years of his life, driving him to appointments, managing his medications, sitting with him through long evenings when everyone else was too busy. Where was Mason then? A couple of visits. That was all. When the will was read 12 years earlier, our grandfather left the lake house to the grandson, who'd actually shown up when he needed someone. Me. Everyone knew. They'd just forgotten, because I let them. I told Mason our grandfather gave the house to the person who showed up, not the ones who only appeared when there was something to enjoy. For 12 years, I'd paid every bill, repairs, insurance, taxes, maintenance, and let everyone use it anyway, because sharing it mattered more to me than proving ownership. Not once did anyone offer to help. I never complained. But the moment Mason decided my daughter had to prove she belonged, that ended. Mason accused me of punishing everyone over one comment. I told him I wasn't punishing anyone. I was just following the rule he'd created. He decided Emma wasn't family, so I decided he wasn't welcome in my home. As I carried Emma to the car, my mother called after me to stop and think. I kept walking. My phone filled with messages before we reached the highway. Claire apologizing, Olivia explaining, Mason accusing me of destroying the family, my father demanding I fix it. I turned my phone off. For once, I chose my daughter over everyone else's comfort. When we arrived at the lake house, Emma ran through the door and stopped under the old brass lantern her great-grandfather had installed years ago. She asked if this place was really ours. I told her yes, not just mine, ours. That weekend became everything she'd dreamed of. We swam, built a messy sandcastle, cooked pancakes for dinner, wrapped ourselves in blankets on the dock watching the sunset. That night, tucking her into bed under the attic window she loved, she asked if we were a real family. I told her the truth. Families aren't created by blood alone. They're created by love, loyalty, and the people who choose each other every day. She became my daughter the moment I chose her with my whole heart. She smiled and said it was the best family weekend ever. After she fell asleep, I read Mason's final message. He said I'd destroyed everything. I replied once, told him I hadn't destroyed my family, I'd protected it. I chose my daughter over people who wanted her to earn a place she already deserved. Then I blocked him. Months later, I opened the lake house again. Not for Mason, not for anyone who believed family had to be proven through blood. I partnered with a local charity and invited foster families to spend weekends there for free. Children who'd spent years wondering where they belonged walked through those doors and finally felt welcomed. Emma helped prepare welcome baskets for every child who arrived. Above the fireplace, I placed a framed message in my grandfather's handwriting. Family is anyone who shows up with love. That was when I realized the lake house had finally become what it was always meant to be. A place where people weren't judged by where they came from, but accepted because they were loved.